All right, welcome back to Highfleet. Things are tense at the moment. We've made decent progress. Just while we're sort of talking, I'll zoom all the way back to the south. Here, we started in Ur. We've crossed the map up north, taken a couple of fleet HQs, and we're now sitting here in Uruk. I'd say we're roughly about halfway. Kiva's up here, which looks like a lot further, but we'll be moving faster once we've dealt with the immediate issues that we've got on hand here. Those of you following will know that we had some pretty significant losses in the last couple of episodes. We lost the Mindful Shillelagh due to a misclick. We lost a Zero Sum, which is a huge blow. And it's left us in a bit of a tricky situation. We're down to 2,605 funds, which isn't a lot. And in terms of our attack fleet, our only active attacker that we have at the moment is the Rooster, which has been with us for a long time. It's a great ship. It's in fairly good condition. I'm pretty happy with that. We have the Great Evil King, which is a Yars missile carrier. We also have the Wiffle Bat, which is another Yars missile carrier. We have the Black Eye, which needs to be renamed. I'll do that in a second. That's one of our... what's it called? Our Skylark refueler ships, and we also have a fully repaired Skylark here as well. We have our Fennec AA defense ship, which is extremely important right now. We have, of course, the Sevastopol, which I'm still working on upgrading. The Big Iron, which is an aircraft carrier, and the Wasp, which is another aircraft carrier. Now, we've taken some attrition in the sky as well and lost a few planes. The good news is we did buy spare planes, so we can spend a little bit of time getting them rearmed. I don't want to spend too much time in Uruk, however, because the Silent Strike alarm is still on. We have made a bit of noise in this area, and we still have one strike group, as far as I'm aware, still on the map. We have Pamir, who were here 2 hours ago, and they're probably still in the area. So we do need to watch out for Pamir. I believe that once we've dealt with them, that will be all of the strike groups left in the game gone. I said at the start of this playthrough that there were 5. It looks like in my playthrough there were 6 or 7. It's semi-randomized every time. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less, at least from my understanding. And we've got a few more in this fleet, in this game. So the downside of our situation is that we are out of attacking ships. We've dealt with a lot of attrition in our campaign so far, and we've lost a lot of good ships to that attrition as we've gone forward. The good side is we've actually dealt with the majority of our enemy's forces. After we deal with Pamir, or avoid Pamir, which is actually what I'm thinking about doing, we'll be in a situation where we can act with almost impunity in the northern part of the map and use our tools to soften up garrisons and take them to gain our money back. So you notice that Gilgamesh was a bit of an issue. We couldn't really attack that very well. I think I had 2 gladiators. And this new patch has made gladiators really, really scary. So we're going to have to start using planes and things to soften these garrisons up so that our other ships can come in and take them out without too much hassle. I've been thinking about our next steps quite a lot since our last video because I need to make sure we make the right decisions. We're definitely at a tipping point right now where if I continue to make mistakes and continue to make incorrect decisions, then we will start to lose our momentum and we may fall out of the campaign. One of the things I'm considering doing is rebuilding the Rufflebat into an attack ship. Let me just jump in and have a look at our situation in terms of stock. So go into the shipworks here. If we scroll, I've got that bug again. Look at the Sevastopol. If we scroll down here, we can see that in our stocks, first of all, we have some replacement planes, which is great. We can get our aircraft carriers back up to scratch. If we scroll along here, we have 1 AK-100, 2 D-80 Molots, 2 Mark II 180 Sarmats, which isn't a gun I particularly like, but we have them. A 2 A-37, which is just some AA. We have engines. We have 2 MP404 electronic systems, one of which I can put back on the Black Eye to get it back to its role as an ELINT scanner, and a few other things. So we're not completely without resources or weapons. We can sell some of these nukes. Hopefully we don't really need nukes anymore to keep our fleet moving. We can sell one of these radars to keep us, these ELINT systems to keep ourselves moving, and we can stay in the air. If we have a quick look at the Wiffle Bat, in terms of a chassis to build from, it's not great. We're going to have to do an extensive refit of it to get it into a situation where it's something I want to actually fight with. But it is a ship I can afford to maybe do that too. I can lose one of my strategic missile carriers to build another attack ship, I think, if I need to. My plan, however, is not to do that here. What I want to do is buy enough fuel to get most of the fleet up to Kayla fuel storage from here, which we don't actually have enough money for right now. So we're going to actually have to make some money. So let's go back into the shipworks here. I'm going to have to sell something to make this cash. And what I'm looking to sell right now is one of these sensors. I don't need 2 of them. So I'm going to sell this sensor, exit out of here. This should now get me enough cash to get the fleet refuel to Kayla. I don't want to spend too much longer in this city. While that's happening, I want to get some stuff over to Magor. We're going to land. We're going to take Magor. We're going to land here, and we're going to get our planes back on our aircraft carriers, and possibly look at a refit for the Yars if we've got time for it. So the rest of the fleet's going to go to Keela. We're going to attack Magor, and we're going to start moving north with the intention of taking Ganymesh when we can, because Ganymesh will let us hopefully get another Tarkin, and that's another possible win condition for us. If money starts to get tight, we do have our Tarkans that we can call on for help. Piotr will give us faster repairs, which isn't something we need right now. Admiral Dowd will give us support that is just cold hard cash, which is something we need at the moment, so we could ask him for some cash. He will give us ships for support. The Prince will give us money, that's something we can ask for. We can ask for intel, but I'm not too worried about intel right now, and again, we can ask for more money. So we're not in dire straits, we still have these resources to call on right here. I'm loath to use these just yet. I might actually use Dowd. I might actually use Dowd right now for some cash. So, Admiral, I ask that you help me to convince the crew of the importance of our campaign. Your words carry great weight with them. The crews refuse to fight for a reason, my Duke. Your industry questions. Oh no, I think this will get me more morale actually, rather than it's more morale, not more funds. The only person who gets me ships, it's these guys don't. Yeah, it's the Prince I need to ask for funds. I'd like to ask you about my campaign, Prince. It is the most expensive undertaking, is it not? Alas, it certainly is. Can you lend me a hand? Very well, I put the money together. So he's just given us 10,000 gold. We can do that 2 more times, but we lose rating with him every time we do it, so we can't do it too many times. But that gets us in a little bit of a better situation. Now, how are we doing for planes? We've got 1 T7 ready, and the rest of our aircraft are unready. I want to fly over to Magdor with my fleet, and I need to do a little bit of... I might just fly the whole fleet over to Magdor, actually, until we're up and running. Let's get the refueling done, first of all. It's a lot of fuel to pick up here. And we need to get the game on pause, too. So we're just in a little bit of a tricky situation. How long, actually, since it's going to take a while to refuel, if I go into the shipworks and I land the, where is it, the Black Eye? Why don't I not see it? Rooster Gravel King, here it is, because it looks like a slugger. So if we land this, I'm just put the E-Link sensor back on it. We'll get into that 47 bay over there. We're going to start getting these ships back into fighting state. I have been doing a lot of testing in the ship editor between videos, and I actually want to do a build video, sort of like an extra video this week, where I'm going to look at how I'm going to be building the Yars, if that's where we're going to go. I want to get a plan for that together. But what I'm seeing is the new way that the enemy uses special ammo really changes the way I need to learn how to play the game, because my high speed, low drag, no armor, balls to the wall playstyle is severely punished now by proximity fuse ammo. Especially the bigger ships. If I get pincered between 2 or 3 ships and they stop bombarding me with lots of prox fuse, I get into situations where I just can't get out of them and my ships get destroyed really, really quickly. So I need to really rethink. It's going to take 5 hours, I think that's fine. I need to really rethink how I'm doing things. The problem I have is if I put too little armor on, they just cut my ships in half with armor-piercing ammo, which isn't much use either. So it's just very tricky at the moment. And yeah, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my aircraft carriers with a escort over to Magor, and then the rest of the fleet over to Keela. So I'm just going to fast forward for a while until these repairs are done. But not a lot we can do right now. We're kind of in a low state. We're just going to wait for this refueling to be completed. Okay, we're going to order the whole fleet to Keela. And if you remember, the way this works is if I want the equipment that I'm carrying to stay behind with the ship, I need to get the rest of the fleet to break away from them. So what I want to do is I want to get the Rooster. I want the Rooster in this fleet. So I want the Great Evil King, this Skylark, the Fennec, the Sevastopol, and the Wifflebat to continue on to Keela, which leaves... Oh, I misclicked there. So again, it was the Great Evil King, this Skylark, the Fennec, the Sevastopol, and the Wifflebat. We'll just send them over here in a separate fleet, which leaves behind this fleet here. Now, did I give these guys enough fuel? Yeah, I did. So you guys go to Keela, and then you guys, I want you to fly to Magor, and you're going to attack Magor. When we get a bit closer, we're going to launch planes at Magor and hit it with rockets. The rockets will soften it up enough for, hopefully, the Rooster to take it on its own. So I'm going to stop taking the big chances that I've been taking. I'm not going to take risks on attacks right now when I only have the Rooster available as an attack ship. So let's just fast forward a little bit. It's going to take these ships a little bit of time to cross this distance. Now that we're closer, we're going to get into air ops. I'm not going to even touch them with the T7. I'm going to get rockets up in the air on these ships, and I'm just going to launch a couple of rocket strikes. We're actually running a bit low on rockets, so we'll maybe just get our last one to be 100 kilogram bombs. Then we're going to prepare the Rooster. The Rooster's in range to fly on its own. I'm going to attack with the Rooster. I'm going to get everyone else back to loiter speed because I don't want them to overtake the Rooster. And this is our first. This is actually probably our first actual combined arms operation. And if we're fast enough, we can take this town without setting off the silent strike alarm, even though we're hitting it with planes first. Because as long as the rooster hits before this bar is empty and we wipe out the garrison, we're golden. I want to save some of the garrison for loot as well. It's really important that we get some loot here. So let's look at this garrison. This garrison looks pathetically weak. I'm actually going to call off the rest of the airstrikes because I don't think I need to use them, especially if we destroyed one of the ships. So what I'm going to do is pause the game as soon as we get out of this fight, if I can. Actually, the game will be paused when I get out of the fight, I believe. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's paused. I'm going to order back the rest of these planes. They do not need to engage the enemy here. We're all good. The rooster can do all the work itself. So I'm just going to make sure all of these guys are ordered back, unpause. They're all going to turn around, and as long as the rooster hits before this bar is empty, we will be able to actually, well, it's okay. They can turn around. If the rooster fails, I can get them to fly back. But the rooster should be able to take this on its own now. We've got a slugger and a ballistic. This isn't too hard a fight, he says. So let me just quickly get through this. I'm never good at these before game strikes. I always miss with them. I've been getting a lot of requests to use a better crosshair, but honestly, even though I'm not playing... Wow, I just flew into that. It was going to miss me. The other thing I need to really start doing is get flares on my ships. I'm just making things harder for myself without flares. I'll just dodge this missile. I actually think I want to take out the slugger first. It's a bit more of a threat. Because of the big guns it's mounted. I do love the way sluggers just start pirouetting everywhere once you do a little bit of damage to them. That's him down. Now I just need to take care of the ballistic with its missile launchers, which I'm not too worried about. Just need to range him. He's almost dead. That's it. Cool. Alright, I'm glad I got a win, and I'm glad I got an easy win, because it's been a hard road to get to this point. Cool. Now, we need to remember the rooster needs to get north and defend the fleet before... Oh, look at this loot. Alright, game's paused. What do we want from here? I'm not too worried about fuel right now. We do have survivors to worry about. I'm kind of just going to let my kindness tank, to be honest. We've got 2 D80 mullets here, which I really want to get my hands on. What's this? We've got a flare launcher as well. Let's start with this D80 mullet and see how we go. And let's zoom out, and we'll reselect the air fleet here and thrust them up. Now, if I were to get this Skylark and fuel it down to this and fly it to Magor to join up with the Rooster, would I still have enough fuel? Yeah, I've still got enough fuel with the main fleet for them to get to Kila. Because I just realized I need another fuel tanker for the Rooster to get up to Kila to help take Kila when it's time. Because that also needs to be attacked and defended. We're about to finish rescue at Magor. Let's get the other mullet. I definitely want both of these mullets. Now we're about to get an ammunition explosion. Hopefully it doesn't take the mullet out, because I want to get this A222 if I can. Oh, got a radio signal coming through. It's probably going to be encrypted, but let's just have a look. Somewhere around here. Sorry for the mouse noises. I want to get a better mouse. There goes something. I didn't actually catch what that was because I was too busy trying to get this radio signal recorded. Also, we did set off the silent strike alarm, unfortunately. There we go. So let's say the Alistair. Okay, so it's Alistair still wishes to meet with us. That's fine. That was over in this direction here. We're not really looking at that right now. We've got to get out of here. So I can get the A220, which is worth 4,000. Or I can secure the fuel tanks. I think I need to get crew protection first. Yeah, let's get crew protection, because I don't want to lose any more crew unnecessarily. We should still be able to get... We should actually be able to get survivors and the A220 as long as the fuel tanks don't explode. We should be able to go survivors, fuel tanks to A220, I believe. We'll see what happens. We've got nothing else really going on right now. Survivors sorted, now fuel tanks, and then the A220. And that's a pretty good collection of stuff. Just check the rest of the fleet. They've got a while to go. We should be able to refuel and rearm and get north before they arrive. That's a fuel tank sorted. Now we've got the A220. That's 8,000 we've got if we need to sell. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Refueling is also ongoing, which is fine. We're not going to get a lot of fuel, but we're going to get a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave the aircraft carriers here to repair and rearm and get the Rooster north as soon as possible. As soon as this is done. Okay, we'll quickly jump in here. I don't think I need to give any repairs to the Rooster, no. But I do want to land the big... I'd like to try and land both of these. No, I don't think I need to even worry about that. I don't even think they needed to come here, to be honest. Let's just say okay. Oh, we've got an event. Two well-dressed young men asked to see you. Bowing deeply, they cordially invite you to dine at the house of a local Moali. It's an honorific deserved for sages and legal scholars. The quandary. The room they take you to is well lit and spacious. Several guests are already reposing on the long dining table. The master of the house has saved the best seats for you and your companions. Morale +1. The excellent meal is followed by a slow, leisurely conversation. The master of the house addresses you. I have heard many stories of Saidi wisdom. Would you be so kind as to answer a question for me, Grand Duke? 2 men are stranded in the desert. One carries a jug full of water. If both drink from it, both will die. But if only one drinks, you will have the strength to reach the village and survive. What would be the right thing to do? So this is one of these, there's no right answer moral quandaries as far as I'm concerned. The man with the water should drink it all. The man with the water should give it all to his friend, or they should split the water. So no matter what choice you pick, someone is going to die. Splitting the water is probably... I just don't like questions like this. I don't like the philosophy behind it too much. I'm going to go with something that's probably going to maybe get me more kindness, or it might just maybe lose morale. I'm going to go with he should give all the water away. That gets me my kindness up. There's no greater love than to sacrifice one's life for another friend, so saith the issue. The man slowly shakes his head. But if your fellow traveler accepts the water, would that not make him a murderer? And yeah, there's our quandary. All right, quickly check the ship works. What we want to do is, I love this bug. So let's get some fighters on these ships. So I think I'm going to put LA-29s on the Big Iron for now. And we'll put T7s on the other ships. So that's going to take 0.8 hours to mount them up. I might actually be able to do that a little bit better. If I move him here, move him here, move him here, I can get another LA-29 on the... No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. And then we will go back up. We'll select the Wasp. And on the Wasp, I want T7, 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 T7. That leaves us with one LA-29 in our pockets for later. So that's cool. They should get redone quite quickly. Supplies, we do need a lot of fuel from here. So I want enough fuel probably to get to Ganymedes just to be safe. And that's everything I want done here. Now, we still have the silent strike alarm on, so I'm not really too worried about being too quiet. I'm going to, with a 100 kilogram bomb, buzz... No, I want to keep a T7... No, I've got spare T7s. Because they've automatically become available? That seems like a bug. These T7s are already available to send out, even though they're technically not on my ship yet. That feels like cheating. I know I had one T7 spare, so I will send one T7 to Keela so I can get an idea of what they have in terms of defenses. And then I'm going to get this Skylark and the Rooster. I'm going to fuel them up so that they have enough fuel to get to Keela and back. And I'm going to send them up to here. Alright. Did they get enough fuel? Are they taking off? Yeah, they are. Cool. These guys are going to take 6 hours to get there, which is probably going to link up with these guys quite nicely. I'm happy we've got some funds going. We've got some cash money in hand. We can refuel in Keela, and we need to take Ganymedes as our next big target. But we're going to hit it with fighters and stuff before we actually go in there. I'm a bit annoyed about we're running into a few bugs. That fuel bug we had in the last episode as well made me feel a little bit uneasy about taking advantage of it. So let's see what the garrison at Keela's like. Wow, it's a big garrison. But, oops, I just hit the microphone. Oh, it's not this microphone. There's a big garrison, but it's not too scary a garrison. Nice try. I like he went for the weakest ship with his bomb. Actually, I wanted to retreat him because he's going to try and launch another bomb. And I don't want him to do that. I don't want to potentially lose the ship. Okay, so the garrison's mediocre. It's a big garrison, but not particularly scary ships. But what I'll do is, since I've got them, do I want to send in another rocket strike? I don't know. I don't really have a lot of rockets. I want to send in 2 planes with rockets, just to try and take out some of those lighter ships, and then I'm going to send the Rooster in. I think that's fair. What I want to do is order you here, but then thrust you down to loiter speed until the planes overtake you. We're making a lot of noise right now, but the only strike fleet we know of is not in range of us yet. Once we've got that strike fleet down, it might be time to put the radar on as well. I just don't want to use the radar. Let's just go these down to air stop. Did they just turn around? Did they turn around because they lost line of sight on the enemy fleet? It's interesting. That's a weird thing to happen. I must have missed something. too busy talking about my plans regarding radar. Let's just speed up time a little bit. And then we'll thrust up the rooster. And what we'll do is we'll send it in ahead on its own. And we'll get the Skylark to go back to air stop. Fueling's almost done here, so I want to make sure to retreat this guy if he gets into danger, but he should be able to rocket somebody and get out. Oh, he's going to miss with all his shots. I love how they're going for that courageous. This is the difference with ships being in the air. They can actually dodge these attacks. We'll see if the other guy gets away with an attack as well. I'm not too worried if they miss. I think the rooster can take this fleet, to be honest. Just got to watch out for those flowers. Let's unpause and get the second missile attack on the way. Just hover the retreat button just in case. But I don't think he's going to make the attack. The T7s could make the attack because they come in fast enough. But as you can see, these ships can just dodge the attack runs. I'm honestly not that worried. Just now that I've had a good look at the garrison, the only ship I need to worry about is this, which I think is a ballistic, and there's a flower here. And because they're going to attack me one at a time, it's going to be a hard fight, but it's not going to be an impossible fight. I think the rooster could do it. It is an OG badass. So the rooster's about to hit. Let's thrust up the Skylark. How's this fleet doing here? Have they... So we've marked our position on the map, which means we can't stay here for too long. That might be a big mistake. They're ready to move out. Let's send them up here too. Let's unpause, and the rooster's about to hit. And we're in the air, so we've got a ballistic. And Navran I'm not worried about. Ballistic I'm not worried about. Courageous I'm not worried about. Flower I'm not worried about. There's nothing here I'm too worried about. I'm just going to go in and it's going to be a slogfest. I need to watch out we're not running out for too much fuel is the main thing. Actually, with them starting in the air makes it easy for me to hit them at the start. I was a bit low with those shots. Try not to boost too much. I am going to be really tight on fuel in this fight. That missile could go away though. I'd quite like it if it just left me alone. Oh, let's watch these rockets. Come on, ballistic. Okay, now for the flower. Got a courageous coming in, I'm not worried. I'm going to try and keep the courageouses in the fight for as long as possible. If they're taking up enemy slots, then I can just deal with the bigger ships one at a time. I'm not super worried about a single 37mm gun. I mean, it's annoying and it will do damage, but I've got a bit of time before it does. Okay, let's just dodge this. 57mm can do damage, especially over time. Okay, what's next? Another flower? Where's it coming in from? I can't. There, at that bottom right hand corner. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, I managed to dodge it. There's a bomb coming down on me. I need to watch out for that bomb. There's another missile coming in from the flower. Another missile coming in from the flower. He's very keen. Let's just dodge this missile. How are we doing for fuel? We're down to 50% fuel. Okay, that's the flower dealt with. What's next? The slogger. Slogger coming in from the top right. I do really like this gun. 100mm is good. The 130mm is good. I'm not a big fan of the 180 just because of the projectile speed. But that's probably playstyle related. Okay, that's the slogger done. It's just the courageous is left now, I believe. And just one courageous left over here. I'm still the king of the light ships, apparently, which is good. Okay, that is the town taken. So that's something. That is something. Okay. See if there's any stuff to loot here. There should be some interesting loot. There's quite a lot of ships. So we've got 2 D80 Molots. I'm happy with that. Got survivors again. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get those survivors. I want to try and not tank my kindness if I can avoid it. Let's try and grab protection to see if we can get these survivors if we can. I think the survivors are going to die before I can get the protection on, unfortunately. Yeah, they died. Okay, let's get this Molot then. So we've got Molot, and that's probably everything we're going to be able to get our hands on. So these guys are heading north now, which is good. They've got their planes back. We've got the main fleet coming in as well. As soon as we're done here, we're going to take Ganamesh and hopefully meet this Tarkhan, and that should be a good place to put us into. We need another rescue order here. Grab the Molot. Actually, I just noticed the ammunition is going to explode before I can grab the Molot, so we need to grab the ammunition first. Getting a lot of money again, which is good. I'm glad I asked for funds at the start of the mission. It gave me something to relax for. What we need to watch out for, however, is the strike fleet that is down here. Where were they? They were down in... I've lost them. They were somewhere over here. I can't remember where they were. They will be moving in this direction now, so we need to keep an eye on our Elint. And then we'll just grab the Molot. But as long as Elint's not popping off, I'm pretty happy. They're coming up, they're coming up. Everyone's going to land about the same time. We've got enough money to refuel here. And if I didn't need to take Ganymesh, I'd probably jump up to Osh. But now there was an aircraft carrier group up here a long time ago. That's the fake Renegade that faked us out a lot earlier. We'll just have to see how it goes. Did the Rooster take damage? Not really. I'm going to quickly land it just to see if I can top up its repairs a little bit, just in case it's got some equipment just that I can refresh. Amazingly, it's managed to hold on to its missile for 2 fights in a row, which is just unreal, considering how I usually get them blown off. We'll just bring this guy in. So we've made some progress. We've traveled about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 kilometers further north. We're just getting that a little bit closer to Kiva. And, you know, slow and steady wins the race. I really want to emphasize that this campaign is not in danger of falling over yet. We are taking risks. You know, the enemy do know where we are, but they've lost the capability to pin us in. They only have one portable attack fleet they can get us with, and I think we have enough firepower to deal with them if they come for us. The only thing I'm scared of, really, is preemptive missile strikes, especially because I've now opened the doors to nuclear attacks. Yeah, we can get repair going, so we'll get repair going for 7 hours. That's fine. It's going to take that long to refuel no matter what. How are we looking for supplies here? I think I'm just going to fill the tank on the Skylark. Now, there's a lot of stuff for sale here. We've got 250 kilogram bombs. We've got 220 millimeter rockets. We've got 130 millimeter prox fuse. We've got 130 millimeter AP. This is all stuff I want to buy. If I top this up and I top this up, and I'm okay to spend this much money because I have things I can sell. And then I want to buy some ammo as well when we get the chance. Okay, this is good. This is really good. So what I'm going to do is I'll get these fleets in and we'll do some purchasing and we'll see how the fuel situation is. And we'll sell some stuff and then we'll see how we're going. So I'll just wait for these guys to arrive. And we'll just wait for the other ships to arrive. Okay, that's everybody here. So I want to go back into, where's the shipyard? Here it is, Shipworks. So we've got a lot of stuff we can sell here. I want to sell the A220, I'm not going to use that. I want to sell these 280 Sarmats because I don't, I'll hang on to them for now. I've got 60 AT Molots. I don't really want to sell those either. I'm going to sell, I just don't see myself using these. I'm going to sell one of them for now. Let's just back up to 15 grand. I'm going to go back into supplies. I want enough fuel to get to, I'm not going to get to a fuel storage. Let's go to Kala. Let's get enough fuel to get to Kala if we need to. And that leaves us still a chunk of money. So I want to get a, oh, we've got tons of AP. 130. So what's the, yeah, the Rooster's using, okay, the Rooster's got tons of AP 130. We don't have any prox fuse, so it's 40 prox fuse. I thought I didn't have any of this. We'll get this up to 100. And I know I've tanked our money again, but we need to spend money to make money. Okay. That was a good episode. I think we're in a pretty good situation here. I know not much has changed, but we've made it up from Uruk up to Kila. We haven't lost anything. We've made money, and we're in position next session to attack Ganymesh. We'll hit it with an airstrike, see what the situation is, and then we'll get the Rooster to sweep in there for the win. Then we'll head north, and we'll hopefully pick up something. We'll either pick up something at Ganymesh, or we'll pick up something at Osh that will put us into a better situation. So hopefully you're enjoying me taking my time a little bit more, being a bit quieter, and just slowing down a little bit. But we're still doing okay, and we will get this moved forward. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying yourselves, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.